What's up, everybody? I hope everyone is having a blessed and a great and a beautiful day. So, are y'all ready for this message that I'm about to give y'all today? So, let's go. So, let's talk about red flags because either we're giving them off or we see them in other people, friendships, relationships, overall, just people, but as always, let's go relationship wise because I think that is the most important. Simply because we be when you be in a romantic relationship with someone and they give you red flags and you ignore them. What happens is you know you start the as time goes by you see this bad side to this person, and then you'll sit there and be like, I never knew. But if you really sit back and thought about it, like this person showed you signs that you ignore, which are called red flags, right? So now sometimes there are certain people that may be able to hide it, and then boom, all at once they just come, with the foolishness, and you be like, oh, hell, I didn't expect that. But for the most part, people will show you signs of who they really are. See, what happens is in the beginning of relationships, of course, that's always the good time, the best time, what they call the honeymoon phase. Because why? Because everything is good and great and perfect, and you just all bubbly about the person, y'all. You just happy to see the person and everything, which is cool. But y'all, we gotta stop ignoring red flags, because whenever we ignore red flags, we end up in situations and relationships that we feel like we stuck in and don't know how to get out of, because for the most part it be years. You have done put so many years into somebody to where you feel like you don't know how to exit, how to leave the relationship, right? So what they say, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Not the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th time, but the first time. And see, I think the main reason why we, I've been there, of course, ignore the red flags is because, we be overlooking and stuff. We might think that, okay, it's really not that serious, or they just maybe, was just mad, something, just whatever. I don't know, whatever excuse we make up at the time for whatever it may be. But, we be overlooking that, maybe looking like maybe they got a nice body. If it's a woman looking at a man, like, ooh, his body, if vice versa, because women, of course. So it's the body you might be looking at, or it might be what's in the pants. You might be looking like, thinking like, because girl, that, do, yes. So it's that, and then overall, you just like, well, I like him, girl. He cute, girl. He fine as hell. Oh, she bad. You know what I'm saying? So you be overlooking the red flags because you be just focusing on the bonuses, because again, being with someone who looks good, got a nice body, packing in the pants, or you know whatever, those are the bonuses of a person. But I personally feel like your personality is what overall makes you, and it's really what's going it really what makes you, your character, right? So if your personality and your character is off, is not together, like you become dislikable. Like when you be with somebody for a period of time and then you start to recognize their personality over their good looks and everything, and their character, it's like you get turned off. It's like, ugh. So that's why I say, like, the body and the good looks, those are just bonuses. But what we should really be starting to focus more on is, y'all, the personality, the character, and those red flags, if there are any. Because, like I say, everything is good. And then boom, till it ain't. And also what they say, I think this was a quote that I heard Oprah Winfrey say, and I think it was something like, I can't really remember fully, but it was something um, like God, he'll send you signs that'll start off as a whisper. And then if you ignore them long enough, they'll turn into a scream. Which means, like, things start off small. Them red flags, whatever they may be, may start off small, right? Oh, it's you overlooking it. Ain't that serious. But the more you ignore it, the more you let stuff slide, stuff gradually gets worse. And before you know it, you are in a whole mess. You're dealing with a whole person who you absolutely have no idea who they are. But again, if you would have paid attention to those red flags, you would have known early, oh yeah, heck no. I ain't about to be dealing with this. Cause I see where this gonna go. I see who you are already. Cause people show you who they are, y'all, but it's up to you to believe them. You know, we be wanting to think people gonna change or we gonna change people. Oh, or even when you might hear some of y'all too. Let's just be real. Y'all hear stuff about a person, you know, and a lot of the times it may hold some good hold some weight. But you know, you might be feeling like you different. Oh, he did that to her, or he was like that with her. He ain't gonna be like that with me. 9 times out of 10, yes, he will be. The same thing he did to somebody else, he'll do to you. The same way they say, the same way you got him is the same way you'll lose him. All of that falls into red flags. You even heard about the red flags before you seen them. But you thought you was special. You thought you was different. And talking to men too, because y'all same way with female. Y'all might feel like, oh, you know, whatever. And then the same thing is happening to you. Now, granted, people do change. There are a small few, you know, group of people who do change. And, you know, they can be, you know, one way with somebody in a totally different way with another person. But like I said before in another video, that just goes back to that person wasn't for you, and the person that they choose to do right for and be right for is because that's the person that's ultimately for them. And that person maybe brought something out of them that no one else was able to. That happens too. But the focus is to not miss or not overlook the red flags, unless you want to be in situations where you like, how did I get here? How did I really allow this and that? Because red flags are signs, y'all. That's what God is sending us, signs to let us know what it is and what it ain't. He wants us to not endure half the stuff that we go through. But human nature is, you know, we put ourselves in certain situations and relationships that we shouldn't even be in the first place. We be going through things that we shouldn't even be going through in the first place. But because, you know, as it pertains to people, we just want to try it out anyway. But I'm still going to see you. Girl, it wasn't that serious, though. Y'all, we gotta start believing in the red flags, trusting in the red flags, because what it is people are just showing you their personality, their ways, who they are. Because a lot of people in the beginning, they gonna be all nice and sweet and kind. They're gonna do whatever they got to do to get you. And then as soon as they get you, the true colors start to show. Yeah. And then sometimes them red flags be bright. For some of y'all, I do not know if you like them red flags be big and bright. Some of them make small, some of them big and bright. And it's like, how did you really ignore that though? But hey, who am I to judge, right? But listen, y'all, as I said before, say it again. Don't overlook those red flags. Trust that who people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Red flags are there for a reason. They're God sending you signs to abort ship. Okay? Take flight. Take flight on that ass. And as always, be motivated and stay inspired.